Right folks, here's the deal. I've got a couple of hours free in the afternoon. I've not been able to get much fishing in because the river has been flooded. I'd say 3 weeks since I've been down. So I'm just guessing, looking at my well, that it had gone down a bit. The other thing is, wifey has had a major full knee operation. So it tends to have clipped my wings a bit, and obviously has definitely clipped hers. So I've got 2 hours while her knee is on ice, an special ice machine they give you after the exercises. 2 hours to catch something, and I'll get back home and sort out with her the exercises and grub, obviously. So limited fishing is the word, but I've come down the river. As you can see, it's all looking pretty good. It's dropped down in there loads since the last time I came, because the water was over that. Don't even know what it is, some sort of restraining thing, I guess, I don't know. And I'm just going to give it a go. I'm just throwing some baits out. All I've got, Grant sorted me out this little packet of 6 baits I've got there. So let's hope it's not just 6 casts, but I have got the old spinner baits for vibration. But I'm looking at this and look down there, and it looks like the clarity is pretty good enough, plenty good enough for a pike to grab it. So let's get out there and let's get twitching. So what I've got, some people use big baits for pike. I'm not a big bait user. I've got like small ropes like this, as you can see, just small ones. I'm looking for any pike. I'm not some super specimen hunter only after 50 pounders. I just want to catch a pike, 3 pound, 4 pound. I want to catch a fish. And I've got SSG there right in front of it, wire trace, usual standard stuff, and I just sort of drop it out and twitch it back. I've never actually caught a fish from this swim, to be honest. But, you know, I'm new to the party. It's only about the 4th time I've been here. Quite a bit of pace here. I can actually see it's right on the top, so the pace in the middle, although I got that shot on, is not taking it down much. But if I can see it flashing from 15 yards away, there's a fish can underneath, more likely to get a take close in, I feel, where there's a bit of slower water, a little bit of slack. My only concern is because it's been floods, there might be a lot of rubbish in the water, branches that weren't in swims that I knew before. I love slacks like this, close in. I mean, fishing this close like this, just down there, gives me the shivers. I've had so many decent pike come up and crash it there. Around, I'm just twitching around like this. Oh, you might be able to see it in there, I don't know. I let it sink, twitch it, twitch it, twitch it like that. Especially somewhere like there. Oh my God. Gone all quiet because I think there might be a fish under there. You never know. It's very fast over there. So it's dropped, the colour's coming out of it, but it's still got quite a bit of volume coming through there. I want to be near the bottom but not snagging the bottom, if that makes sense. One fish would be nice. That's weed. The trouble, if you get a bit of weed, it might be over the bait and covering it. I think it's weed covering that because the bait's sinking slower. I can normally tell, done this enough. I'll do it slowly to show you. There you go. That's enough to put the fish off. You do not want anything covering it, but you've also got to be in the zone if you've got a chance of catching something. Quite fancying that little slack just down there. I could probably walk to that point there. I don't know. Yeah, there's weed there, it's very shallow. There's weed there, I can see rush stems below the surface. There, I can feel I'm snagging. I can generally pull out the rushes, but I can't pull out of tree roots and stuff. It looks to be about 3 feet, 4 feet there. And being quite cold, the water temperature, I would imagine most of the pike are going to be lying near the bottom. See, it's swept down immediately, and I want to be down in there. So I'll bring the rod round here. It's still holding it a little bit high in the water. I can see the currents trying to sweep the bait back. Let's have a little walk here. Weed. Oh, there's a pike. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh man, that's just, I fancy, he's coming for it. He's coming for it, guys. About a 4-pounder. I think he's got it. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. I can see his chomping movements and flashes. I did fancy that, as you can see. Here we go. Ready? He might ping off, but it doesn't matter. Wowee. I fancied that. It's just a tiny slack there. Is he going to be a jumper? Well, well, well. Saw how tight into the margins he was. Alright, net. So there we go, people. The first pike I've had for a while. The hook fell out. I thought that was a piece of rush stem, and it's turned into a nice little pike for me. Slightly thin, but you'd expect that this time of year. It's probably a male, I don't know. Got lovely markings on him. Let's get him back. 5 baits left. Well, that was the result. And it's literally, as you saw, just walking to the end and dropping in a tiny slack. He was so tight in there, unbelievable. I actually thought that was a piece of this rush stem like there. Look, I'll just walk up so you get an idea. See those bits sticking up there? But here there's a little bit of a cut back there, almost a slack, and it's on the edge of that current there, so that's where I would lay. If look, I've done enough pike fishing to know they like laying in slacks and, you know, not working in the fastest area. So 5 baits to go. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to have a couple more casts over here and then move up. I've worked my way from the bottom end of the river, or this section, and work my way back to the car. I'll come back here, and there's sort of 2 sections here. Fast water there, drops back behind this weed bed there, bit of a slack, all the way from there down to here, where there's a little bit of a bay, but of course I can see already the stuff snapped down in the water. A good holding area for small bait fish, which in turn attract pike, but could be snag city. The first one I'm going to go is really close down here, and just try and bring it without snagging past the back of this weed bed about there. I'm just popping it, if I can, what I think is the bottom. If I was a pike, that would be the sort of area I would be lying. Never lift them out too quickly with these dead baits. I haven't been able to get any sprats for a couple of years now, but that would be my go-to bait. You can always just pop it around like this. So I'm just holding the end of the rod, trying to get it up that way to where there's a gap in the weed there I can see, just in case there's one there. And then I'll bring it back the other way, bringing it downstream. I'm just trying to get it to look like a sort of a wounded or injured fish. Okay, so I've done that, nothing at home there. Now I try in the current and then let it swing round. Quite fast over there. And don't forget, there's always going to be little holes over there. I can't get to them, it's the wrong bank. But there will be pike holding up along the edges of that rubbish over there. Different spots on the other side of the bank, which I'm only guided by this side. Alright, I'll give this half a dozen casts, and then I'll work my way up there. You see where the floods come over, all the rubbish that's snagged up in those fallen trees. I'm surprised one not lying on station down there. That's where the most exciting takes occur, just as you're about to twitch to lift it out of the water. Right guys, I'll get back to you if and when I get a take. Well, nothing so far. I've come upstream. There's a net. Look, you can see this has been flooded. In fact, the water's come up so far. There's weed on the electric fence there, so there's been 2 feet over the top of this whole expanse at some stage. Backfilled in here, and I'm just having it's a sort of backwater, if you like. We used to catch in these years ago. Not this one. I've never fished it before, this particular backwater, but where it's flooded up, it's cut in there. The main river's over there. So I figure it's worth a throw, isn't it? You never know, because a lot of time you get floodwater, the small roach and skimmer bream and stuff like that, the small fry will back up in here, and obviously the pike aren't completely stupid. They might be today, look at the way I'm going at the moment, but they'll follow the bait fish up. And in the winter like this, silverfish as they're called are known to start shoaling up for the winter, and of course generally if you can find the silverfish, the pike won't be far behind them. I'll keep moving because the light's fading off now. Well, still no fish. I've got my foot caught around a stake here, and I've pulled it up, and it just disappears down here. It's gone through the mud. What is it? Ah, I see. A crayfish trap. So I don't see anything in there. I'm going to put it back because whoever put it in there might have the license to use it, but a bit dangerous putting it to the bank like that, where an angler could fall over and go in the water. I think they normally got a tag on them. Maybe that one has. In there, I think. So I'll put it back. So whoever's that is, it's been there a very, very long time. I'm actually going to put it just slightly to the side because I could have gone in the water with that, tangled around your foot. Now, even the crayfish aren't biting by the look of it. One more cast, just down there. There's a pike with my name on it somewhere. The river doesn't look bad. Loads of boot marks, so I think as there's boot marks in every swim, it's somebody pike fishing because they're being mobile like me, moving through. So it's maybe been hammered and somebody's got in there early doors after the flood. I haven't been able to. Too much work. Painting and decorating like crazy. Right, so a little move down. I've got 2 baits left. I've just gone to a swim. Bit of a jungle there. A little bit of slack here. I thought there's not many boot marks here, maybe I've got a chance. And then I'm wondering, we've got these little small ones here. Can you see these? Could be rats, I guess, something like that. Bit of a mark there. The ridges are probably a human boot. So there's something going in there, but I'm looking at this one down there. Would that be like looking like an otter? Who knows? Certainly wouldn't surprise me. So I'm just going to have a throw down this little slack. Probably going to get 2 casts out of it, and then I'm nearly done. Well, that's it, people. Out of bait, nothing more. As you can see, it has dropped well in the banks, but I can't buy a bite. It's just that one lucky fish. So don't go away. Let's get back to the totally awesome fishing base and see what other things I can conjure up. There's bound to be something wacky going on for sure. See you back at the office. Well, listen, I really enjoyed being down that river. Good bit of fun. Maybe another couple of 3 days, the clarity will be better and I'll pick a few more fish up. Better to catch 1 fish than no fish. Anyway, I can't put up this film because I really enjoyed doing it. A man of my age taking a very large tree down on his own. Did he use a saw, a chainsaw, an axe, or his car? If there's any form of demolition around, This car loves being somewhere near it. I figure if I take up the slack there, pull it this way, I can either cut it halfway up, but it might spear blade and spear shaft backwards, or better still cut those holding roots, dig them out, cut them, ease it this way, hopefully it doesn't fall on the car. I do love a bit of excitement, me. It's coming from the 1950s, it does it. Well, I've got the rope tight. I think I better start on the roots. Ooh. Look, please, nobody speak to Ryan, our tree surgeon. This is not the way it should be done. Well, I've dug it all out there. Dug the lot out there. This is almost rotten anyway, look. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and one big one there, 7. Whew. So it goes that way. Not going to use a chainsaw, guys, except on that big piece. I'll use a reciprocal there. If I clip any soil, it won't, hopefully won't matter. I'll probably play some music while I make these cuts. Cut through quite a few, guys. I feel I'm going to have to chop a bit of weakness in that one with a chainsaw. I am invincible! Possibly not the way to take a tree down, but us DIYs have got a way of doing it. And he brought the other one down as well. Ha, I'm so pleased I got that SOB down after having a real rubbish morning. It's big, it's got to be what? 50, 60 feet? Sort of stuffed the old rose bushes down here, but still. That's the safest place for it. On the ground. If anybody knows how to get untied a very tight knot, let me know. Answers on a postcard. I believe Ryan, our tree surgeon, said it was a black cherry, was it? Cherry or black cherry. It's been going for a few years, but you can see it just ripped all this up, so that's all got to be dug out in those roots, and I can relay that before the winter comes. Yes, that's perked me up no end. I'm off for a cuppa. The wife said, let me know when you're doing it. No, because she'll stop me, won't she? Look, must be split there, rotten. Wow. That old car, I'm telling you boys, I've pulled trees down many a time We cleared 11 trees from this property when we first bought it, me and Mike. Axes. That was axes. What you have to measure is the length of the rope vis-a-vis the height of the tree, so it doesn't come through the car. So I got a good piece of rope, and I found that over in the woods. It was laying in the woods. I think it's the rope they use for pulling down up and down pipes, you know, when they're threading wires and things through. It was just dumped. I'd seen it for about 2 years and I thought, I bet it's rotten. It's patently obvious it's not. I'm going to see how long this tree is, guys. I have got a measure here. I've got it at the time. I'm going to call it 55 feet, I reckon. Let's see how far we get. It could be the biggest one I've got down on my own. Uh-oh. The washing line. No, I meant the washing line. I just retie it. Oh, that's a lucky one, people. That is 55, I'm saying. Oh, God, it's in meters. $36. I thought it was bigger than that. 36 feet high. That was there. 36 feet. Wow. I'm overestimating trees as well as fish. Well, I wouldn't want to fall from 100 feet if that's 36 feet. Oh no, it's longer. Oh no, it's 36. Hang on a minute. Are we gonna get PB? 30 trees through here. I mean, I'll put it on that one. 36, 39 feet. I reckon I could nearly call that 40 feet. That's a 40 footer, that one. Because there's bits left up there. You see where I shafted off. I think there's bits in here. I reckon I can call that 40 feet. What do you guys think? That's pretty big to me. Wow, there's weight in all this, look. Got a lot of sawing to do now. I think I'm going to start on the top bough, drop that first. Well, I've got it pretty well processed up down with my reciprocal saw, and I've got all the trunks here, and I've got a load of logs size over there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of the logs, but this base, I'm not quite sure how I'm even going to attempt to get that out, because that's a big chunk and it's probably too big for Mike's saw. Maybe I'll have to take this piece off and then saw it there, because I'm never going to lift it. It'll have to be a garden ornament, I feel. Might make a seat of it. that was a bit of fun. I got out fishing, that's the main thing. Didn't set the world alight, but hey ho, that's why they called it fishing and not catching. But I certainly did enjoy tearing that giant tree down and cutting it up. Gonna have to do that again. I wonder when the next windy day is. Might blow something down. Anyway guys, we'll see you in the next film. Hopefully there'll be some fish field ones coming up. It's sort of quiet time of year, so I just put up bits and pieces at the moment. I've got loads of fish field ones. Do not fret, do not worry. I have got the goods, and I'll start probably about middle of Feb or so. I shall start putting a few of those up. See you in the next film. Hit TA Fishing, hit TA Outdoors. Don't forget the notification bell, otherwise you'll never know when our films are going up. We'll see you next time.